Why are you here in Sokoto?
I am here to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, prisoner of conscience at Sokoto prisons.
So did you see him?
I did see him the first day when I arrived. Barely 20 minutes after they allowed me in, we were asked to leave. Fortunately, there were two other Americans there visiting him. I mean, Americans of Igbo descent.
It seems that while we were all focusing on Abuja, the game had already shifted to the Caliphate. You saw the headline, and for many, this is the update that changes the conversation completely. We have been tracking the legal battles, the court rulings, and the unending drama surrounding the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But what is happening right now in Sokoto State is something the mainstream media is only just waking up to. Reports reaching us this morning, Friday, January 9, 2026, indicate that a high-powered delegation of Americans, led by the prominent diaspora activist Lady Blessing Ijeoma, has reportedly touched down at the Sokoto Correctional Centre to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are going to take you inside the details of this surprise visit. We will break down who Lady Blessing Ijeoma is in the context of this struggle and why her leading a team of Americans to the far north is such a strategic move. We will also remind you of the stark reality that Kanu is no longer in DSS custody in Abuja. He is serving a life sentence in Sokoto, a transfer that was confirmed late last year and has since sparked massive controversy. If you want to know if this American interest is the game changer that will finally tip the scales, please do me a massive favor and smash that like button right now. It helps us get this information out to more people who are still confused about his whereabouts. And if you are not yet a subscriber, click that button and turn on the notification bell. You need to be here as we track this international dimension of the case. Let's get into the gist of what is happening. For weeks, the question on everyone's lips has been, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu safe in Sokoto? Remember, back in November 2025, after Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court sentenced Kanu to life imprisonment for terrorism charges, the court ordered his transfer from the DSS facility in Abuja to the Sokoto Correctional Centre. It was a ruling that shocked his legal team, led by Aloy Ejimakor, who described it as insensitive and dangerous given the security situation in the Northwest. But today's development suggests that Kanu is not forgotten in that cell. The arrival of an American delegation led by Lady Blessing Ijeoma is significant. While details of their closed-door discussion are still emerging, sources suggest the visit was aimed at verifying his health conditions and ensuring his safety in a region that is currently battling its own security challenges. Lady Blessing, a voice often heard rallying support in the diaspora, reportedly led this team to see for themselves if the protective custody ordered by the judge is actually protective or if it is punitive. You have to understand the context here. This visit didn't just happen in a vacuum. Just a month ago, in December 2025, Kanu's lawyers fought tooth and nail in court to have him moved back to Abuja or a facility in the south, citing his deteriorating health and the difficulty of his family reaching him in Sokoto. But the court rejected that request on December 8, 2025, insisting that Sokoto was secure. Now, with Americans showing up at the prison gates, it puts immense pressure on the Nigerian authorities to prove that Kanu is indeed being treated according to international standards. This also ties into the broader international attention Kanu's case has received lately. Remember the U.S. Congress hearings in late 2025? Republican Congressman John James explicitly linked Kanu's detention to allegations of religious and political persecution in Nigeria. He cited Kanu's case as a clear example of a weakening institution. So when you see a delegation led by someone like Lady Blessing Ijeoma arriving in Sokoto, it is likely a continuation of that diplomatic pressure. They are not just visiting a prisoner, they are visiting a geopolitical figure whose incarceration has caught the eye of Washington. The fact that this is happening in Sokoto is symbolic. The court moved him there, perhaps to isolate him from his base in the southeast, but it seems his influence has followed him all the way to the seat of the Caliphate. The presence of foreign observers inside a Nigerian prison in Sokoto is rare. It signals that the walls the government tried to build around him are porous. I want to ask you, the viewer, a serious question. Do you think visits like this from American delegations will actually pressure the Nigerian government to release him or grant him a pardon? Or do you think the government, having secured a life sentence, will stand its ground regardless of who visits? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear your perspective on this international strategy. As we wait for the official statement from Lady Blessing Ijeoma regarding what she saw inside that prison, one thing is clear: the story of Nnamdi Kanu did not end with the life sentence in November. In fact, a new chapter is just beginning, one that involves international players and high-stakes diplomacy in the unexpected setting of Sokoto State. If you found this update crucial for understanding the current state of the Biafra struggle, please smash that like button. Let's get this video to 5,000 likes to show that the world is watching Sokoto. And if you are not yet a subscriber, click that button and turn on the notification bell. You need to be here as we track this international dimension of the case. Stay safe, stay informed, and never stop asking questions.